year that we have been talking about all these top-level free agents that will make their decisions next week, Kawhi and Kyrie and all of these guys. But Jalen has a little starting five here of guys who might be a little bit under the radar, but who could make a difference. And we call this, of course, Streets is watching.
I like that. You could have said Streets are observing if you wanted to.
Perhaps. I'll do a segment later. My segment later will be called The Cul-de-sac is watching. But
Exactly.
There you go. That's a whole different one. All right, go ahead.
So here's the thing. We know about the 5Ks that are going to be lead dominoes in free agency.
Right.
And then we know about second-tier guys like Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler. But I wanted to go a little deeper into the box score and show some impact players that are going to be starting next year, possibly for contending teams. At center, Brook Lopez, a knockdown shooter, made 173s last year. The first player to average two blocks and 2 made threes in a game in NBA history.
I've heard people reference him with the Lakers. Is that a good fit with him? Take Kawhi out of this discussion. Put him and Anthony Davis and LeBron. That's a good fit, right?
Pick and roll. Anthony Davis rolls. He comes behind the action. LeBron throws it behind the back, and he knocks down a lot of threes.
I like that.
At number 4, put some respect on this guy's name. Julius Randle. I'm looking at you, Enes Kanter. The same stats that Zion averaged in college, he averaged last season in the NBA.
Yep.
And people underestimate the fact because when you play in a large market, it happens in dog years. He's still only 24 years old, okay? One of 9 players in the league that averaged 20 and 8 last year. Only 9 players were able to achieve that.
The book on him is he's not a good defender, right? And it's almost an understatement.
Correct, but all players have strengths and weaknesses.
Correct.
Unless
So
you're LeBron
he's a difference-making offensive player. Okay.
Absolutely. How about number 3 at small forward? Jay loves this guy. Love this guy. Pacers leading scorer without Victor Oladipo. Averaged 20 points with Victor Oladipo out of the lineup. Can play with the ball, can play without the ball. He can come off pick and roll and knock down a shot. Can come off a down screen and make a shot. And underrated toughness. He's not the best defender, but he'll compete on that side of the ball, and he'll sneak and dunk on you too if you're not paying attention. I really like his game.
Yes, no, I like this.
I really like his game.
This is a great example of the sorts of things the Lakers are probably considering.
Yes.
We'll sit here talking about Kawhi Leonard.
Correct.
But it's these guys they're actually going to wind up signing.
And I have a guy that'll fit perfect with the Lakers. As a matter of fact, this backcourt would, if they could prod him away from his current situation. He's a restricted free agent.
Yeah.
His name is Malcolm Brogdon. You can look back in his history, and LeBron knows because he dunked on the top of LeBron's head before. He's one of 10 players in the history of the NBA to shoot 50 from the floor, 40 from 3, and 90 from the field. Okay, he can play on the ball, but more importantly, with LeBron James, can play off the ball. Be a lockdown defender in the Western Conference because every night, guards are coming, Jay. Mike Conley just got traded to Utah. You got Dame Lillard. You got Steph Curry. You got Russell Westbrook. He's the kind of guy that's a lockdown defender. Oh, and at number 1, since we're talking about defense, this guy made himself into a player. Chi-Town's own Patrick Beverly.
Yes,
and we talked so much about the Clippers and how they ascended last year, where here's a guy, he's known for his defense, he's a 40% three-point shooter. Okay, so he can dribble the ball across half court, give it to LeBron, go spot up in the corner, and still make an open shot. These are the kind of guys, if you can't get a Kawhi Leonard or a Kyrie Irving, you try to find a way to make that money work, to have a backcourt. These 3 guys fit terrific on their team.
Yo, if they get these 2 guys, that might be game over.
There you go.
These are 2 of the most underrated free agents that are out there, restricted or not.
And listen, more to the point, it's not just the Lakers who are going to be out there signing.
Correct.
We're talking about them this morning because they were in the news yesterday, but these are all players who are going to make differences somewhere. This is extraordinarily well done, actually, and the timing of it will be interesting. Do the big name dominoes start to fall first, and then these guys fill in the rest of the spots, or do some of these guys come off the board Sunday night immediately? That's going to be really interesting to watch, but this is very well done. These are players who will reshape the NBA in the next few days.
If I shoot you, I'm brainless, but if you shoot me, you famous.
Guys, come on over here. They got the top neighborhood plays brought to you by Applebee's, and some of these this month are really outstanding. You're going to enjoy number 10 a lot. I want to introduce you to Wilma Gregory. Okay.
Slow rolling.
She is a 101-year-old Women's Army Corps World War II veteran, and she bowled a strike in the Veterans Golden Age game.
Yeah.
She is the oldest veteran ever to compete at those games.
My grandmother be 102 on August 1st.
All right, now here's
Correct.
Phil Mickelson.
In his backyard.
And this isn't Jim Nance's backyard, actually. I'm not kidding. And that's a hole-in-one. And then he's going to drop the mic. Look at Phil. He's excited. Jim Nance was doing the play-by-play on this. It went viral. I love
See
it.
that
And he got
house?
Jim
Number
Nance.
eight. Hayes to talk about
Watch
sports.
this. Watch this. You ready? Watch this. This is both a terrible and great play at the same time. First off the noggin. Boom. And then
Get it. I got it. Is he okay?
That's Korean baseball. It is both a top 10 play and a not top 10 play.
That's a
at the same time. Okay, watch this one. Here we go. We got a little volleyball here. Okay, just watch this.
Okay.
Just
Jump
watch
serve.
some of the athleticism that they will keep it alive.
To the
You watching
outside.
this, Gracie Rose?
Watch
National
That's a
Champion.
pancake. Oh, with the foot. You can use the foot.
Oh, it stays alive. That is a legal play. Yes. My complaint is they don't show us how the play ends, so I don't know how that wound up happening. All right, number 6. Number 6.
Oh, this is my girl,
Watch
Allison Bustamante.
this. Exactly right.
That's
Watch
my
this.
homegirl.
That's 1.
That's 2. Get it, Allie. Get it, Allie. Bustamante, okay.
All right, number 5. This is softball, Connecticut high school softball, and you're going to see Megan McFarland. And watch her go. She's going back, and she makes the catch.
Oh,
Over the wall. How about that, Jalen?
That was a nice grab. I love
That's not a
softball
real
so
fence.
much.
That's not a real fence.
Number 4, minor league action. Watch a ball to center field, and you're going to see Zach Davis of the Myrtle Beach Pelicans coming out and making
Look at the Pelican
diving
fly.
grab. What a nice grab. All right, here's Michigan. Jalen, Michigan D4 softball state championship. Look, this is how the championship is won. This is the last
1,
play. That's
2,
1.
Triple
That's 2.
play.
Hey.
Triple play.
They win the state championship on a triple play
went off
that
the pitcher's
ricocheted off the pitcher.
Wow, that is crazy.
She is hurting right now.
What could possibly top that, you asked? Well, I'm glad you asked. Number 2, Double-A baseball. The Reading Fighting Phils. And I want you to watch Luis Sardinius up against the wall to make the catch. How about that?
That's a terrific grab. Saves a home run.
But finally at number 1, this is Babson's Eric John. This is one of the best catches you will ever see. Watch this kid go full extension. Go get it!
Oh,
How about that catch?
wow, that's Willie Mays with the dive.
Yep. Vic Wertz reincarnate. Down he goes and he makes the grab. Thank you to our friends
That
at
happened a little
Applebee's.
bit, I see.
The Applebee's neighborhood top 10 play. All right, coming up.